Hey everybody, Shay here. It's time for an unboxing video. As many of you know, Right Stuf, that website with all that wonderful manga and anime and toys and all that stuff, that's something I just discovered because I'm a noob getting into manga. Now this is my collection so far, of course, and there's more coming, but Right Stuf sales, my god, I think, was it 5 or 6 weeks worth? I don't know. I made it through all of them, but 3 of those weeks I definitely got a haul, and I'm from Canada. So if you don't know how Right Stuf works, you got to spend 250 bucks Canadian in order to get free shipping. So of course, you know, there was a lot of series I had to like catch up on, and I figured that if I was just gonna throw the money down for shipping, I might as well just throw down manga. So here it is. There are this many. So the other thing with Right Stuf is that they don't ship right away. You know, that's kind of like all the great deals, is you gotta be patient. You gotta be patient and wait for them to come. So this is the second of 3 orders that I put in during those crazy deals. I mean, I got a lot of series that I was following other manga YouTubers out there just to kind of get a sense of the kind of things that I would enjoy, and I've been keeping a tally, a spreadsheet of things that I just had to keep my eyes on, and my god. Here we go. Let's open up the first box. Okay, so unfortunately this box is way too large to be putting on the desk, so you're not going to get a top-down view. That's okay. That's okay. You get to hear it. Wow, what the heck did they... I am having trouble opening this box. This letter opener is not meant for this box. And they made this box rough to open. This like extra tape thing, whatever, there's like fibers in there. Anyways, I don't want to actually have a knife to open this. It's a freaking letter opener, man. Anyways, we're opening up the box now, and wow, the packing job, they weren't kidding around. I mean, it is solidly packed with, I mean, this paper just to protect the surface of the books. Oh, it's this stack. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, give me a sec. I mean, they were not kidding around with the way that they pack these boxes. That's impressive, man. So here's the first one. We have Blame or Blame or Blam. I've heard different pronunciations. I'm a noob, so I'm going to go with Blame because I'm going to pronounce the A and the E with the Japanese pronunciation. Correct me in the comments below. Good luck with that, though, because I've heard people talk about the fact that the pronunciation is basically, who knows? It's just say whatever you want. It'll make sense to people. So we have Belame, Master Edition by Tsutomu Nihei, and this is a solid edition. It's a pretty stacky, like, it feels like an omnibus. It's smaller than a kind of a Western sized omnibus, but I mean, I wanted to get some of these bigger sizes because I'm an appreciator of the art of the book itself. I feel this whole thing, wow, this is a really cool effect on the cover. There's gloss on. I just completely distracted myself. I'm a fan of just the art and design of books, and the manga, these, like, you know, smaller ones, you know, they're cool, but I mean, there's a size difference right there, you know. The paper is it's actually not what I suspected. I thought it was going to be that like a drier paper, you know, like just a standard paper stock. No, this has a very nice film to it. It's kind of like a soft, I think they call it maybe satin or something. There's a term for this. I've been kind of getting into printing myself, and so I've been finding different textures that I've just never thought. Because, you know, I get used to the stuff that I get in comics or graphic novels, trades, stuff like that in the Western market, and they don't really explore with the paper stock. They make it one way and then they keep it that way. Anyways, I don't want to flip through too much of this because, of course, I want to experience it, but I've heard that it's very art heavy, art intense. So, I mean, I don't have context right now, so I'm not spoiling myself, but if any of you out there are worried about that sort of thing, beware, because I might flip through something you don't want to see. I don't even know what the premise is of this. It's literally someone, I don't know why it got so, oh, I know now. It's that I watched Knights of Sidonia on Netflix, and I like the simple art style, but I also like the storytelling and what they were doing with that sci-fi genre space. For those of you who don't know, it's a dystopian. It's kind of quiet, you know, and those moments, I remember the moments when I watched Knights of Sidonia, and it's by Tsutomu Nihei. So I was like, okay, and I keep hearing about this Blame thing, and then it's like, oh, it's the same guy. Okay, well then, you know what, if I like one, I'll like the other. I'm sure of it. And then I saw someone flipping through these pages, and I was like, my god, that's like a lot of, it's like visual storytelling, almost like the primary focus of this. Look at this. Like, I'm flipping random spots. No text, no balloons. Look at that. I'm still flipping through random, still no balloons. There we go, balloons. Anyways, so color page in the middle of nothing, middle of nowhere. It says end. Anyways, I don't want to even get partial context here, but anyways, there you go. That's what I mean. I appealed to me because I wanted to know, okay, well, I want to know what kind of storytelling is possible without all of the all the balloons. Like, I'm not sure I would just speed through this though, because I'm a visual person. I'm an artist and writer, and so I will take time and appreciate panels and layouts, and you know, even things that bleed over the edge. Like, I don't know, I find like things interesting, like little things like over the page here, but then sometimes it doesn't do that, and then I ask questions like that right there, right? Like, why over here but not over here? And you know, there's like principles and practices that are likely going into the design of that, and I like to investigate that. So volume 1, of course, then we have bought ourselves a volume 2 master edition. Of course, there's the cover for that one. Here's the spine, and the other thing wow, that's really cool. Wait, is it? Yeah, it is. How did I not notice it on the first one? It's front shot of character, back shot of character, same scene but flipped around. I love it, the perspective. Okay, and then we have the second one. So I don't know what these characters are, so don't know don't tell. Look at that, so beautiful. I really love the effect of that, and even the texture of it, because these are glossy, the lines here, but then behind it is it's not matte, but it's that satin feeling, that textured satin feeling. And of course, the spines, something wonderful with manga. They have all these beautifully matching spines. Let's keep going. You know where this is going. Booyah booyah. Volume 3. We have Blame. Volume 3, the cover there. These character designs are so cool. Like, the armor looks cool, and I'm already intrigued. I know nothing about this. I literally, when I say I know nothing about Blame, I know people talk about it, but of course I don't listen to them talking in depth about it, because some of those, when I'm like, ooh, I'm kind of interested in that, and so I don't listen. I don't play everything because I don't want to be spoiled, and so I don't tend to stick around. And even the premise now, because at this point a month and a half has passed or something like that, so if I read the premise to the first one, I don't remember anymore. I must have read it on Right Stuf. Let's keep going here. You're getting closer to the camera, so let me move some of these away. So we got volume 4 here, cover with 2 characters on it. I'm presuming that's cover 1 and cover 2 characters. Volume 4, same design on the spine there, and of course the flipperoo, a little bit of a pullback. Nice. So oh, that's what she's holding. No, that definitely she's holding something. Or maybe it's like they're in 0G. Anyways, there you go. I don't want to flip through it. I want to, but I mean, what am I going to learn, right? It's going to be here. I'm just going to quick flip just to see if, like, okay, there's more. I mean, I maybe saw 3 pages of balloons there, which is probably more than I saw in the first one. Okay, I've seen maybe 5 pages of balloons of text. Very silent manga. I'm very curious. I'm super curious to see how this goes. Let's keep going. We have volume 5. We have the double character one. I mean, it's very much like the Knights of Sidonia line work there, and the faces, very thin lines on the outline. The high contrast, I guess, well, the hair and the face, but it's just very smooth, and then just this detail, and it's, oh god, there's this texture to the form that this artist pulls off, this manga pulls off. It's very impressive, man. Wow, extreme pullback on this one. Oh, so is he shooting? He's holding her arm back, and she's shooting, and she's holding his, and he's shooting. Her gun is stronger. It made a bigger hole. Move on. And I believe finally, I could be corrected wrong in the next box, but we have Balan volume 6, and we have a pulled back, the main character there, and we're gonna get close version. No, an even more extreme pullback, or I mean, just, I don't know what is it. It's probably just the architecture. I don't even see him in here anymore. Anyways, there you go. There's volume 6, same spine design, and still very much balloon light. So I'm curious to get into this one. I don't know when I'm going to do it. Now I've got way too much to read, of course. You all know it. You're following me on this channel. I haven't read ahead of the videos that I've produced. Anyways, there you go. There's 4, 5, and 6 together. The spines are all of the same design. Everything is perfect. The logos are the same. Everything is great. Those will look great on the shelf. Let's get to the next series, shall we? Yes. Next one up is Livingstone. This is one that I heard about on a few manga channels as reviews and just as highlights with the reading, etc., etc. And it sounded very intriguing to me. There's the spine right there, and here's the back copy, which gives you the summary. And it's basically that every soul has a destiny, if you will. And if the soul or the person ends up deviating from whatever their existence is meant to be, then it shatters the soul stone, and the soul stone creates bad luck or misfortune for people all around them. So this is basically a duo that I guess finds out that this is a possibility, this is going to happen, and then they have to I guess track it down and kind of put things right or put things back on track. I could be wrong about that. I'm kind of going off of memory, but it sounded very interesting to me because I like the concept of the duality of like the soul having a sort of destiny, but a person sort of the idea of like free will. Okay, well, where's the balance there, and how does that work in this kind of arrangement of soul and body? And How much free will do you have if the soul has a destiny? You know what I mean? Now, this is actually created by a duo. This is story by Tamahiro Miyakawa and art by Jinsei Karaoka. Now, I don't know how that works in terms of the whole term of mangaka. I'm too noob. Let me know how that works. If the story creator, if Tamahiro is actually the mangaka and he's hiring Jinsei, or if it's actually a collaboration and both of them are considered mangaka. I don't know. I'm a noob. Let me know. And now I just noticed here as well, it's the creator of Dead Man Wonderland, and that's come up a lot in other manga channels out there. The cover is a matte texture, as you can see, like not too much glare going on when I point the light at it. It's just, yeah, it's very matte and very nice. Oh, there's a color page on the inside here, a couple of color pages, cool. And just to take a look at the art and what it looks like, I've never seen the inside pages of this, but it looks very good. And strangely enough, I actually recently wrote a story that was not exactly this premise, but definitely has almost a near identical shot like this, and the thing is called a Soul Stone and everything, and it's sort of doing similar things. So it's just that's probably why I also got motivated to buy this. I was like, I want to see how they kind of pulled off this idea, and the art looks great. I like it. It's got one like very cool detail. It's like it's clear, but it's got all these like the effects and stuff. They do a really good job. Now, I don't want to go too far ahead because I don't want to spoil myself, but there you go, Livingstone. Anyway, so we have number 1, we have number 2 right here, and again, just a summary at the back, which I don't want to read because I don't want to spoil anything. We have 3, great cover right there for sure. I love it. And then of course the back, same simple design. And to wrap it up, we have volume number 4, which is the wrap up of the series. This is a very short manga series, which is of course great for me because I have a bunch of long ones, but you know, having a few short ones would be great because it allows me to attempt to get through these if I need a break, or if you know I want to pivot. There you go. I get to go through these real quick and just wrap it up, end it, and kind of get a full experience out of it. And we have the spy course looking wonderful together. Okay, now the next series is one where I, like every channel was bringing this one up, was talking about it, and just hearing the summary of it was also something that just spoke to me. It sounded like something that I would enjoy, and that is Ajin, is how I'm going to say it. Demi-Human. With Ajin, we also have a duo of creators here. Story by Tsuina Miura and art by Gamon Sakurai. Again, I don't know how the whole mangaka arrangement works here, but let me know down below, just out of curiosity, because, you know, I'm learning as I go. But the basic premise is that there are these beings that exist amongst humans, and they're immortals, and when they get killed or something happens to them, I think I could have this wrong, okay? I'm going off of memory here, but it's that the main character, I guess, discovers that he's one of these Ajin, and when that gets discovered, the government, of course, takes notice and then wants to capture, or does capture him. And then they do experiments, etc., etc., etc. That's all I know. At that point, I start tuning out from people that go too much in depth into Ajin, because I knew that I was, of course, going to buy the entire series off of Right Stuf, because they offered a bunch of bundles that allowed you to speed through collecting this series. I heard, you know, that they were expensive, and they were, and so, you know, Right Stuf bundle made it way cheaper to be able to pick this up for an affordable-ish price. I'm talking relative to other manga, as you can see for the size of it, right? I mean, they're not that much thinner. I mean, I from all what I heard online, it sounded like they were like way thinner, but now that I mean, they're shorter, but they're not that much thinner. I'm gonna be the person who's gonna give some wild take and say, nah, it's about right, it's just the price. But yeah, you're right, because if even as I said that, I'm looking at the price, I'm like, but if they can do it, then they can pull it off, then I mean, go for it, right? Like, everyone's talking about this thing, so people are obviously buying it. And there's, I think, 15 volumes. I don't know. I'll find out. I think some of them spread into the second box. So let me open up the second box and get back to you. Actually, I had to recheck just for my own sake. It's actually not that expensive either. All considering I'm in Canada, and it's $13 for basically a standard manga, and it was $14 for this one. So they're not. It really isn't that much more expensive. So I'm going to go on maybe it's the Canadian perspective. The American dollar, what's the American dollar at? I mean, American dollar, it's $10 versus $13. So you're paying, yeah, strangely enough, it's more expensive, relatively speaking, in the States. You're paying an extra $3 in the States versus Canada that only pays an extra $1. So yay, Canada. Finally a scenario where Canada actually saves money on these things. Well, we pay it in shipping, let me tell you. All right, let's move these up to the top here. We got volume 6. So we're going to go with the awesome designs of flat colors, but then with the black and whites over top. Makes it look very clean. I love that. Yay, man. There we go. Volume 7. Oh, man, it's so, like, I'm seeing all these little images all over the place, right? With, like, in the back here, like, again, volume 8. Then there's all these, panels. I'm guessing these are pages inside the book that they just kind of collaged together, but I mean, it works. It works. We got a hot pink edition for 9. I'm assuming these are all different Ajin, but again, don't spoil me in the comments below. I'm really looking forward to reading this one. It does look like it's going to be a thinner read, but it's what's the paper? Let me do that. I was about to flip through. Let me do that to volume 1. I'm gonna check. This one feels strangely enough like lighter or something. Anyways, volume 10, like the paper is possibly thinner or something. We got volume 11, mint green. They're great, man. I love the design. Good lord. We have a blue 12. We got 13 simple covers too. Just boom, but like a close-up, right? I mean, that one's actually pretty neat because it's an Ajin, but it's kind of, that's great. Anyways, this is probably the one that when I saw, I was like, okay, that's really, there's just something neat about this design, because I feel like those look like wings, because you know that's a form, right? But that's the color. It's like that pop. So there you go, and 15, finally, I don't know if it's the last one. I don't know if this series is done, but it looks like I'm collecting from here, and we'll see what happens. And there's another collage of a bunch of pages there. So there you go. Ajin, 1 to 50. Let's move on. Oh, right. I want to see. Let's see what the like for. I'm worried. I'm a little worried. But ooh, is it standard? Like all of a sudden, I'm seeing a lot of these coming out with color pages up front. Anyway, so here we go. Let's check out the art. It is a little bit smaller. It almost feels like you like now that I'm holding it like this, that extra what, 3/4 inch off the top, sort of feeling it. It really does feel lighter. Like it feels like a pocketbook or something. And there you go. The art looks, yeah, really clean, really cool. Some energy going on there with the line work. Panels are clean balloon work here. For sure. Anyway, so there you go. That's all I'm willing to flip through. And that's it for the first of the 3 Right Stuf hauls that I did over the last month and a half in order to increase my manga collection as I go. Again, noob on a journey here. If you enjoy these, give this a like, share it amongst your friends, and of course, subscribe if you haven't already, and encourage me along this path. There's a lot of stuff to buy out there, and Jesus, I mean, I can't buy it all right away, but man, did I get a crazy haul over the last month and a half. So I can't wait to show you. I have ordered 2 of 3 here for a bunch of orders I put in between November and December at Right Stuf during those Christmas holiday kind of savings bonuses. Crazy. I went crazy and I kind of got into manga. I started this channel. Anyways, so I got 2 massive boxes here. I've got the top cam set up. I've got some new shelves behind me. This way, these are the like DVD shelves that I had like lying around after this move. I'm like, I got these shelves lying around. I'm gonna need more shelves in here. I got more shelves that way and that way and that way. This whole room is shelves, but it's a bunch of comics and tabletop gaming books, etc. This is my manga corner at this point. So let's just get started. Here's the first box. They're both the same size as this. And yeah, let's get cracking. Oh yeah, I forgot that they use that crazy tape where you actually need an X-Acto knife to be able to cut through it. A letter opener just won't cut it, literally. We got this, the Right Stuf packaging is always insane. I can't get this on the table yet, but here it is. It's open, and this is a pretty obvious one to me already, and it's just a bunch of packing material just to make sure nothing is shuffling around, which is amazing. And can I even start this one properly? No, I cannot. Now, you'll understand why very soon. So let's get the other box opened as well. Box 2 of 2 of order number 2. Yup. So it's about the same size, like I said. Ooh, that one's got a ding on the side here, but I'm sure it's going to be fine. Now, this one doesn't have the crazy Right Stuf. But that's the thing. When I cut through boxes like this with an X-Acto knife, I get super scared. But I have to just believe that the Right Stuf packaging, they wouldn't do something like that, right? So there you go. Open, same kind of packaging. On the inside, we got this thing to protect the top of it. And a bunch of buffer just to make sure things aren't sliding around. Does this look complete? I don't know, but let's start pulling them out onto this camera right here and I'll show you. Let's start with the one that is the solo one. Of course, I've got volume number 25 of My Hero Academia because of course I'm collecting that one. That's on the back shelf there. I didn't know that these things would have come in box sets and stuff like that. I don't know if I could have been patient enough to wait for this one. I don't want to spoil myself. Beautiful cover though. I love this purple. And then that takes us to My Hero Academia Vigilantes. So yes, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, and that's actually cool. A little All Might kind of costume there. But I'm not going to ask too many questions. Just taking a look at the cover and backside, back when I'm right. Sorry. Okay, they can't get that. I'll keep going here. We got volume 2 of My Hero Academia Vigilante, and a bunch of new characters that I do not recognize right now, but that's fine. We'll get to it. You'll see. There you go. There's some more. A little bit of a Johnny Bravo feel on this one. No, that's funny. That's 3. There we go. We got our buddy. Number 4. Bam. Kind of looks like the Midnighter feel right here. from Wildstorm comics back in the day. There you go. Got a pink hair girl that's showing up quite a bit. We got number 5. So Vigilantes. I mean, yeah, don't ask questions. Don't spoil me in the comments below. I'm very behind in this series. I'm gonna find out a new way of trying to get through these a little bit faster because yeah, the manga delves are really cool to do. A lot of fun, and especially for like a thing like this, like a story like this. But I need to think of a faster way. Some recognizable characters on this cover. So volume 6, volume 7, another major class shot here. Maybe it's like a new class or something. 7, back cover, and finally volume 8. I don't know if there's more after this, but in any case, I got all of the ones that were available in the Right Stuf sale back at that time. So that's it for this series. Let's put this aside. I'll organize those on the new shelf soon enough. Then I saw a new series that I forgot what channel was talking about this one. Back in November, I was watching a bunch of channels just to kind of get an idea of some of the stuff that was out there that I might enjoy. And when channels talked about a certain series at the same time, I sort of just marked it on a list just so I could come back to it. So I got Lost in Space, Astra, Lost in Space. And the reason why I jumped onto this one, it's by Viz Media, is because it was a short run. And so I figured, you know what? I need to get some short runs in here because they were getting very overwhelming. Like the series I was collecting were getting very overwhelming very quickly. There's volume 3, and this one was only 5 volumes long. So why not jump into it and be done with it? And volume 5 is a chunky one. There you go. I mean, compare, look at that. That's kind of strange, right? I mean, it's just different. Well, I mean, they had to wrap it up. So they're almost about the same size, the same width there, except for the number 5. They had to like wrap it up. Oh, dang. Why does a trade dress have to do this with its logos? Anyways, 1 to 5. There you go. Closed. Oh, and now we go into the big series, Attack on Titan. So Attack on Titan. These were also in these those Right Stuf bundles so that you could get a whole stack of them for even cheaper. So of course I jumped in on Attack of Titans. This is almost deserving of an episode on its own. But there's volume 2, so definitely committed. Now, I know that there were a bunch of different volume types for this one, like collected editions. I think there were some more like an omnibus sort of style. I didn't know which one to get. Of course, being a noob, I don't know where to start, but this was such a good deal. These are really good quality, by the way. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Was that the trade dress, or is that like a printing error? I was just complimenting the printing style. It looks like the gloss ran out here, and then it goes, yeah, no, that's probably a printing defect. All right, well, it's okay. I don't mind. I mean, I do mind, but I don't mind. But I was about to make a comment about the quality. I mean, they're sturdy. They feel like, to be honest, I mean, I'm picking this up. It feels like the papers are a little thinner. I don't, even just from the weight perspective, from what I'm used to from the other manga. But there's volume 6. And as you can right well guess, we are going to go down the track. So there's volume 7 of Attack on Titan. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. I hear a lot of good things about this one. It keeps coming up. The anime as well keeps coming up. There's volume 8. The back covers look like they're all the same at this point, based on what I can tell. So let's rip through this a little bit faster. Again, there's like a gloss. Let's see if I can catch it. There's like a gloss strip at the top there, and then it goes matte. I can't believe that's the trade dress. It's there again. Where's the glare? See that? So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if it's a printing error or what, but it is what it is. Volume 10. We got volume 11, volume 12. I don't know anything about this series, of course. There's 13, 14. Let's go a little bit quicker here because you know where this is going to go. There's 15, 16, 17, and 18. Nice stack there. Let's just get those out of the way. So we got 19, 20, 21, 22. Cover right there. 23, 24. Oh, the art style changed, or is it me? 25 right there. Okay, let's shift those over. 26. Military thing going on. I see a consistent sort of motif going on here. 27, 28, 29, and 30. And that is it for the second box set. That is a lot of friggin' manga, of course. That's why I got these shelves behind me, because it looks like this entire series gets to go onto one of these shelves and I can start the collection that way. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Perfect. It's like they always match perfectly. Ever notice that with shelves? With no matter what book collection you're working with, you always get to that last bit and it's like, bam. I love when that works out. I love when a plan comes together. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. What am I doing right now? Oh, so beautiful. It worked out so it was 10 per section of this DVD shelf thing. So it worked out beautifully. Oh, that's right. I still have Vigilantes here. Y'all got, oh, wow. How am I going to do this? They might have to get their own shelf point. All right. I actually ended up shuffling things around because I like the way that the Attack on Titan can go straight down, straight across that lane right there. We got Ajin up here. We got Livingstone in Astra filling up the rest of that row, and then we got Demon Slayer that will go down this row because they're still going. I don't know how long Demon Slayer goes for, but they are still going. We got a bunch of figures I gotta move around eventually, and then it looks like I'm going to be collecting a lot of the My Hero Academia books and variant. I know there's a bunch of different series out there that use this IP, and I'm a big fan of it. So this whole row is going to be dedicated to our boy Sidonia and all his pals. Now I'm not able to find the Bakugo texture toy anymore. They've been out of print. I had one on hold, or not hold, pre-ordered on Big Bad Toy Store, I think it was, and it just carried over. It was never coming out, and I believe Right Stuf now has basically said it's not happening. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let go of that one. But I got, I mean, this guy's friggin' one of the best ones so far. I mean, the detail on this dude right here, great stuff. I mean, one of my favorite figures right there is Bakugo. Was this the Amazing Hero lines? Something like that. Anyways, we got our buddies down here. I suppose I'm gonna have them still fill in the ranks there. I think even though you're a textured version, and you're gonna, well, maybe perspective will make you look the same height as Bakugo, but he is like nearly a head taller, so I don't like it. Anyways, let's move these over here. I thought I had 4 of them. Am I going crazy? I'm going crazy. Did I have 4 of them? No, I didn't. Okay. All right. So for now, we're going to have these Demon Slayer figures right here. And eventually their friends will show up, or I'll move them around at some point. But that's it for the unboxing video, and a little bit of organization along the way, because more is still coming. I don't know why it takes so long. I mean, I get why it takes so long. You pre-order, you gotta wait, they sell out, but you know, it's a cool thing because you can get them, you know they're gonna come, and Right Stuf will eventually deliver them, and they deliver them in really nice packaging. It looks like the books they're all in perfect condition, except for those printing errors that happen on the covers of Attack on Titan. Question on Attack on Titan though is, I know that was talking about it and then I derailed myself. There are other volumes of it. Are there other volumes like outside of that run right there? I can never point properly. Outside of this run right here in this format, is there one that is better? Like, I know there was a bigger one, but I thought someone talked about them, because I looked up a quick review on the bigger versions, and it was the review didn't come out like so positive. So I was like, okay, well then I don't know which one to take, but for me it's like I want the best bang for the buck right now, because I'm not really in a collector mindset. I'm in a jump into the hobby and absorb things mindset, and I'm going very slow at that, like I talked about. So I want to try to find a faster way to get through some of these, and that's it. That's the collection so far. I mean, I'm gonna wait for order number 3. Hopefully it comes in sooner than later, and then when that comes in, we'll do another one of these. Okay, actually, they finally arrived. 3 boxes from Right Stuf. I have been waiting for these boxes since the end of November, since all of the sales that went down, and I just got into manga. I bought a bunch of the manga that you see behind me now. It's a very small collection so far. This was the last stack, I guess, that I was waiting for. I was like, I'm not buying anymore, because I still have to read through these, but more than just read them. I want to create those manga chapter delve things, but time is a little bit constrained right now, and so there's just a little bit of a break between me being able to continue. At least My Hero Academia is going to continue. Demon Slayer, I'm not sure yet. There's Blame. I know someone corrected me. Anyways, the point is, I got a bunch of other books. This is going to be the last sort of, we'll see, the last haul. I didn't want to buy anymore. You know why? Because Right Stuf, when you order from Right Stuf, they don't charge you right away. But I mean, as the stuff comes in, they'll bundle it together, and then they ship you all of your entire order when all of the stuff is in. But I mean, I had hundreds of dollars in these orders because I'm from Canada, and so for you to get free shipping, you gotta spend more than $250 American. But of course, as I started buying, you want to get the full run of things, and it's like, Jesus Christ. So I did 3 of those orders. This is the 3rd of the major orders that I got, and finally arrived, because there were a lot of delays. Anyways, let me grab the first box. So it's a heavy one, it's a big one, and I'm going to give it an open, and we'll see what's in the first stack, shall we? So of course, as many of you have seen in other unboxing videos, Right Stuf packages really well. They end up doing a lot of really cool extra just protection stuff here. Like, I'm gonna try to show it, but I mean, of course, there's like the top layer just in case some scratches off the top. Then there's still the packaging, like more of this stuff. These are all the heavy books. Good lord, I actually forgot I got that series. I thought, well, you'll find out. Anyways, we got some extra padding here between the books, even so that the books aren't jumping around and banging into each other. And yeah, let's start pulling these out. These ones are heavy, my goodness. Okay, so let's go into this camera here. I'm not sure what order these are in specifically, so I'm just going to start with them, and we'll go from here. So I got Junji Ito. I wanted to pick up a bunch of his series. I'm a big fan of horror, but more like suspense horror, or like Gothic tradition horror is actually my favorite kind of horror. So So I've heard a lot of good things. People keep talking about Junji Ito and their collections and the unboxing videos, and whatnot. So these are collections of, if I understand correctly, these collections have short stories, or like they're one shots, or maybe they're smaller runs or something like that. They're not just they're not full stories. Now, forgive me if I'm not getting the full context of what each of these books are and what they entail. But right now I'm just looking at the kind of quality, and this one's a little bit lopsided-ish, but it's okay. I mean, I'm sure it'll straighten out. It's from the box, but good quality. It's hardcover, as you can see. There's a really cool mix of this. I started printing books recently, and so I've kind of been kind of geeking over different quality of covers. So there's this almost like soft touch cover feeling here on the hardcover, with some gloss as well, so the parts that are shining there. But there's even like a sprinkling, like where there's like a spray where the blood is. It's a really cool effect that shows very nicely. And of course, as all manga is wont to do, they have beautiful spines. Now, I feel like I noticed that this was a sleeve. Oh, it's not. Oh, pretty colored illustrations on the inside. I did not expect that. I was actually expecting a sleeve. For some reason, I felt like there was a sleeve around this thing. That's cool. Some colored illustration work going into it. There's a very consistent design on some of the books that I got from Junji Ito. Anyways, I'm really looking forward to getting into this. There was a point there where I was sort of studying on the side, just other cultural short story tradition stuff, like narrative patterns and stuff like that. You know, I love that stuff off the stuff that I've been breaking down. But there was a point maybe 10 years ago or so, I was reading a lot of short stories from Japan. From other places, like Russia was another one that stood out to me, Africa, just to see how storytelling happened in those regions. But Japan stood out to me because they do use a bit of a different kind of story structure. It's the same, but it's different, but it's sort of the same still. It's just things are broken down in different ways. So I'm really looking forward to horror. I was looking at ghost stories is what I was studying. Ghost stories from Japan. Okay, so there's Junji Ito. Yeah, I'll be mispronouncing things. It is the way it goes. Another one that looks like it's got the same sort of cover finish, which is really cool. About the same size, a little bit smaller. Uzumaki. So spiral into horror. One of the last things I wrote had a lot to do with spirals. It was one of the main symbolic references in the narrative, and so interesting. So we have spirals. This town is contaminated with spirals. Well, that's curious. Oh, I really love the texture of these books. I mean, like I said, I already thought like it's like a bit of that soft finish. I really like it. It feels weird at first until you get used to it, and now for me, it's like. I find a book like that, and I was like, oh, it's already delicious. That's just what a thing to say as soon as I flip this open. Anyways, so some creepy visuals going on here. I did sort of gather that from people talking about Junji Ito. It's not necessarily like, it's not gore fest. It's kind of splatterpunky kind of horror. It's more psychological. It's more visual or visceral, however you might want to describe it. I don't know anything else about it. I'm literally getting in fresh, but everything I've heard has made me very curious about how these stories will unfold. I got another one called Shiver. Now, I was going to say, well, that's strange. No, it is. I was like, I felt like it was the same texture, but I'm looking at this cover and I'm like, no, it's glossy. No. It's got, again, that very, it's almost a creepy sensation. It really bothered me the first time. Like I sometimes get, with certain textures, I get a little bit, not nauseous. What's the term I'm looking for? Where, the hell's the term I'm thinking about, man? I guess not, like a bit gaggy. Gag reflex sort of kicks in with certain textures. Like even thinking about them now and talking about them, I'm remembering certain times. I can't even talk about the thing I'm thinking about, and we move on. Anyways, so I get a weird gag reflex. It's weird. Anyways, so same sort of texture, but just it's not the black and the gray, I guess, matte finish. It's a color cover. A really nice production here on the covers. They're sturdy. They're hard covers, right? But even the way that they're binded, I'll talk about that a little bit. I love the design too. It's very simple. I like this kind of style here. Table of contents split out, but with some illustrations behind there. And you know what? Even like this still matches like these covers. I'm curious as to why they didn't do the same formatting here. Maybe printed at a different time. Anyways, so we have Shiver, including 9 of Junji Ito's best short stories, selected by the author himself and presented with accompanying notes and commentary. Ooh, I like it. It's gonna have some more information about it. So like creepy images like that. I'm a big fan. I'm a fine artist background as well, and Hiroshima Bosch is a great Renaissance artist that had a lot of creepy kind of hell-ish figures and landscapes, and that's what this immediately reminds me of too. Anyways, really cool. Oh, that texture is kind of, It's neat. See how like I'm kind of moving these, but they don't really shift? It's that soft texture feeling on top of it that really grips. It's a really interesting sensation. I have another one. We have Fragments of Horror, talking about fine arts, of course, with reference to Edvard Munch's Scream. Junji Ito playing homage there. Whoa, this cover is really neat. Oh, you can see it sort of in the reflection. You see that? It's got another pattern on top of the art that is only shown by the difference between that matte and gloss finish. Wow, that's really impressive. I really, really like that. Whoa, it's really cool. Like you can see like just certain characters popping out. It's kind of like what's happening in the mind or something. It's like different layers and okay, wow, it's certain like definitely like Hiroshima Bosch kind of feeling. You're not going to see that. There's some images popping up in that. Anyways, really cool, really cool. I'm getting derailed. So, even things like this for sure. It's very, very hellish landscape. A bit of Salvador Dali kind of feeling too. Some surrealism going on here with the eyes and oh, that's really cool. Okay, so we have an old wooden mansion that turns on its inhabitants. A dissection class with a most unusual subject. A funeral where the dead and definitely not laid to rest. Oh, these are short stories then? Ranging from the terrifying to the comedic, from the erotic to the loathsome. These stories showcase Junji Ito's long-awaited return to the world of horror. I've only seen horror. I don't know what they're talking about. I feel like that's all I'm seeing so far. Pulling another one out here. We have Smashed. Now this one does not have that feeling. Neither did this one. This one's all glossy except for that cool finish on top, which I can't really explain. It has a bit of that sticky feeling to it, but I think it's just a glossy transparent pattern texture on top of glossy. So anyways, really interesting, very, very creative approach there. Now this is a more traditional approach here where it's got it's a matte cover here with some gloss touches here. The front cover here is also matte. The spine is gloss. Oh, I didn't talk about the binding on those ones right there. I feel like they're all the same. Oh no, this one's a little stiffer. Yeah, this one's definitely way more stiff. So see these big ones like shiver. Let me open it up. So the binding there kind of lifts, so it's less likely to have cracking or anything like that. They give it room for it to spread. I can hear it cracking as soon as I open up. Like this one's got a little less spread to it. Oops. No, I fell to the page. Please, page, go back to normal. I care about my books. Okay, we have Smashed. Another horror thing, another freaky look here. An image, a little bit of grudge feeling with the hair doing its own thing. 13 chilling nightmares presented by the master of horror. So another collection of short stories. I'm all into it. And in terms of, oh yeah, very stiff. Yeah, so I was gonna say this one right here. See how the spine doesn't feel like it separates? It is not. No, it is, but it's very thin. It's very short range here. So it doesn't look like it has the same sort of spread. So there's probably gonna be a cracking sound when. Oh, it's not that bad. I mean, right in a half there. It's just smaller spine there. So we'll see. Anyways, ooh, look at that art. I mean, they're short stories, so I'm sure I'm not spoiling myself. Ooh, I like the crisp black and white line work with just some of the textures going on here. Very cool inking style. Very creepy kind of hair. Attention to detail on the hair, but then you got these the sharp contrasts going on with the blocks of color. I like when that kind of stuff is done because it makes these moments pop out even more when there's all these like the splatter effect going on here with the inking. Anyways, so there's another one, Chilling Tales, Smashed, another Junji Ito, and another one. Oh, this one's got, oh, that's the soft touch cover again. Junji Ito, Venus in the Blind Spot. Now this one, I remember seeing this somewhere. Yeah, it's got like the back and the front cover are a full kind of piece of art here. So same ish image. Cool. And then the different print on the back cover here. I don't want to mess this up here. And then let's check on this side. And again, that matte black and on black kind of printing, or I mean, I guess off black or gray on black. Oh, and let's see what's on this side here. So it's a continuation. Fine, let's take it all apart. Okay, it's kind of cool. It has a bit of a woodcut feel to it too. I'm like, it really does. I like how they still print the title here, Viz, right? Anyways, I like how this is still referential to the I feel maybe it's my art. I've got a bit of a bias, but it's got a bit of a callback to woodcuts. This one in particular. Maybe it's the artist I followed back in like the William Blakes of the world and stuff like that. You know. Anyways, just kind of a thought that came to mind while flipping through, and that soft touch, of course, is distracting the hell out of me because it's both repulsing and just beautiful. At the same time, this texture is so weird. I love it. Anyway, so there's no description on this one. I don't know if this is a Oh, it might be here on the glossy print. This striking collection presents the most remarkable more short stories. Okay, works of Junji Ito. Junji Ito's career featuring an adaptation of, it's an adaptation. Adagawa Ranpo's classic horror story, The Human Chair, and fan favorite, The Enigma of Amigara Fault, with a deluxe presentation including special color pages and showcasing illustrations from his acclaimed long-form manga, No Longer Human. Each chilling tale invites readers to revel in a world of terror. So it's oh god, I just realized it's a big ball of just people, or like a net or a webbing of people or people's skin. Anyways, okay, that's kind of shit out. Okay, so let's move on. That is what are we looking at here? Let me put these away first, and then I will move on. So now we have Knights of Sidonia. I've of course already showcased this one. I started doing some manga chapter delves on Blam. I'm pretty sure someone corrected me. It's Blam, but I do like Blame. Anyways, same creator here, Tsutomi Nihei, and I'll be honest, like this was almost a gateway for me to start the channel, was Knights of Sidonia. I had just picked up, or I was borrowing my brother's Netflix account. I was checking things out. I was looking in the section for anime. I was like, maybe I should start watching anime again. It's been like, what, 25 years or something, 30 years. Maybe I should, 35 years. Oh shit. Maybe, what am I thinking of? Like Guyver might have been one of the last ones I watched. Fist of the North Star was also one I watched maybe does this sound right, 1991 or 1992? That was a long time ago. Holy shit. Anyways, Knights of Sidonia. I really enjoyed the episodes I watched of Knights of Sidonia. It was very quiet, very subtle storytelling. I didn't know then what I know now was the same mangaka that created Blam. I'm always gonna get it wrong now. But it was obvious to me as soon as someone pointed out in the comments. I was like, no. I can totally see it in the way that the anime itself just told a story. I watched a couple episodes of that. I was really impressed. I was like, wow, color. I was really impressed with it. I like the idea of it. Was it completely original? I don't know. Sort of, but strangely familiar. Like it was that kind of story. And because of the slow storytelling, and like it was really creepy and this almost Lovecraftian-esque, inventing words here, kind of anomaly or antagonist idea or thing, like you're basically trying to discover what these things are, and the way that the society existed and worked and how it was restricted to the leftovers, I guess. But look at these, like you can tell the influence, not the influence, but the similarity with architecture kind of taking not front stage here, but equal stage right now with the pacing and the plotting. Like I'm just flipping through because I've watched the first episode, of course, right? But I mean, again, just the attention to spaces and making that part of the storytelling. Very minimalist right now with the panels. I'm kind of reviewing the book instead of talking about an unboxing here. Sorry about that. I got distracted. Good Lord. Anyways, so Knights of Sidonia, and of course, I saw the entire haul there, and I figured why not just check out all of them. So I got Knights of Sidonia Master Edition Volume 2. I love the quality, and again, it's like matte back here with a glossy finish on the characters themselves, and I like that it's sort of like the design for Blom, so they're going to look great on the shelf together. I thought this was called Vertical. It was Vertical Comics. Anyway, so it looks like it's a consistent design, which I can very much appreciate, and so there you go. And I presume, I saw some more color pages on the back there. Cool. I just wanted to see if the design itself, did I catch it on the first one? No, this one just jumps right into it. Anyway, so they feel more or less similar. I like it. I like that, there's going to be a cool collection. I need to open another box to get at more of these, so excuse me. Okay, so box number 2 in the small screen there. Let me just give this thing an open. I'm sure that this is going to be, I don't even know what was left. I know I have Knights of Sidonia. Again, just small camera, but you get the picture. Nice packaging. We got the protection at the top here, some buffer between books. Oh my god, I still have Junji Ito books in here. So I think I'm going to have to do these a little bit out of order. What a hefty collection. I think this might have been one of the ones that were delayed. It was this one and another series that's in this stack. Knights of Sidonia Volume 3, Master Edition, of course. Same design, consistent designs on the cover. This freaky alien thing. Did I get this point? Yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure. Well, I know what would have led to that point. Looking forward to actually reading this, as opposed to finishing the anime, though. I just feel like I want to experience the storytelling approach, although the anime was okay. But cool creature here. that they're going to be facing off against. I love the way the pilots work in this series too. Beautiful collection of books. I love this format. It's big, it's meaty, it's perfect. Perfect. That's all I'm saying. We got 5 here. Another one. Getting closer to the camera. This is starts to enter some terrain here that I might not be familiar with, featuring some more characters. Again, that subtle minimalist style. We got 6, whatever this thing ends up becoming. There's like ship creature thing. There's it's so good. It's such a cool. It's so simple. It allows the story to have room to develop and develop on character and stuff like that. Kind of a mecha feeling there on this piece right here. They all get these ships. It's just, it's good. Nice and simple. It takes me back. Macross was another one in the, oh my god, late 80s. Does that sound right? 89? Maybe? 90? 92 max, 93 maybe. Macross was in there somewhere. So that's kind of what it made me feel like, which is why I checked it out. But I was like, this feels nothing like Macross. It's very, I'm just going to repeat myself with the storytelling. It's just the way the storytelling works in the series. It takes its time, But, I say that, and after reading half of that Master Edition for Blam, it doesn't surprise me because it's the same approach that is taken over there as well. Let me get another stack of books out, and I'll be right back. Okay, part 2. Doesn't look like I was done. Thought I was done. No, I'm not done. Junji Ito here. Another soft silk touch cover, whatever the full term is for this. Oh man. No Longer Human. We have a French flap here. I don't know again if this is pretty. It's got a gloss cover on the inside here with some creepy images that come out of that spot. What is it called? Spot cut, whatever that's called. Anyways, very cool. Spine, of course, giving room. Cloth binding. We got summary here. Mine has been a life of much shame. I can't even guess myself what it must be to live the life of a human being. Okay, No Longer Human. I guess that goes with the phrase. Let me not read past that. I'm cool with that. So this looks like it's going to be a closed, original novel by... Original novel. Okay, no. I thought it was like, did I buy a novel? It better not be in Japanese or I'm screwed. Oh, it's got like weird fingerprints from like paper newsprint. That's not for me though, is it? Nah, so that's from packaging. Hopefully I can buff that out. It's the texture of this cover. It's likely going to pick up the oils from like newsprint stains type of thing, but I'll see if I can clean that out. And we've got Junji Ito, No Longer Human. Got another one that feels like, I suspect, is a full story. Frankenstein. Soft touch again with some gloss touch here and here. Spines are of course nice again. The soft touch silk and the it is legitimately sorry, I was going to finish the glossy thing. You get it. I'm repeating myself. Junji Ito meets Mary Shelley. So it's a retelling of Frankenstein. This is one of the first. I was talking about gothic horror being one of my favorite genres. One of the first stories, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, of course, Bram Stoker's Dracula, and there were more that I got into, the short stories in particular from the 1880s to 1890s, and even the pulp horror that went into the 1930s, 1940s, 1950s, that kind of stuff. I loved it. I love psychological stuff that approaches duality of identity and stuff like that. Always loved, and just like the question of who am I, or how do you know you exist? How do you know you're real? How do you know you're a living being? So, of course, Frankenstein, one of the original tales of that sense, right? Not the original, you know what I'm saying. One of the kind of pioneers that reinforced that trope. So looking forward to his approach there. And we have Gyo, I think is the pronunciation. Same style of cover. This one actually does have the same binding design on the spine and the covers with the way it looks. It's got the blood mark there that also matches Tomi and Uzumaki, which is cool. So they're gonna have the color intro. So we got some very Lovecraftian, some fish mutation things with spider legs. That does feel kind of Lovecraftian to me. Some influences coming out there. The death stench of this. So I'm assuming short stories because of this this table of contents right here. Yeah. So let's take a look real quick here. So the floating smell of death hangs over the island. What is it? A strange legged fish appears on the scene. So begins Tadashi and Kaori's spiral word appearing again into the horror of the stench of the sea. Here, the creepiest masterpiece of horror manga ever from the creator of Uzumaki, Junji Ito. Hold your breath until all is revealed. Something's rotten in Okinawa. Now, it looks like it could be one singular story about these fish mutation things. Maybe it's stories that take place in the tapestry that this world is presenting with these strange legged fish appear. So there we go. We have Gyo from Junji Ito, and let me get the other box. Moving along. So smaller box this time, and I'm actually going to speculate that this was probably the box that was delaying all of the boxes because I do know of a series that seemed to be stuck in their department. I was definitely cutting towards myself with an X-Acto knife, which I'm not going to say what almost happened right there, but I'm just going to give it a quick check. Okay, never mind. It's not on camera. Nothing happened. So, yeah, I feel like this was the one I kept checking in to see what the status was, and I feel like it might have been this stack of books. So, I mean, what a cool cover design that these have. So I have Monster, Volume 1 by Naoki Urasawa. Everyone faces uncertainty at some point in their lives. Even a brilliant surgeon like Kenzo Tenma is no exception, but there's no way for him to know that his decision to stop chasing professional success and instead concentrate on his oath to save people's lives will result in the birth of an abomination. The question of good and evil now take on a terrifying real dimension. Years later in Germany, during the tumultuous post-reunification period, middle-aged, childless couples are being killed one after another. The serial killer's identity is known, the reasons why he kills or not. Dr. Tenma sets out on a journey to find the killer's twin sister, who may hold some clues to solving the enigma of the monster. And look at these covers, really cool. And they're simple. It's the way that the title shows is offset. But check this out. You get the second book in the series, so volume 2, and then it seems to continue, which is friggin' amazing. So we got 3 volumes here. They're still going. I don't know if that continues or what's on the... Okay, so the back cover is the same tone, and then it's got a French flap, but okay, it doesn't really go anywhere. It's still just a white on the inside. It's got, whoa, I was gonna say a color cover with some fade on it or something like that, but no, it's like a transparent layer. What a cool effect. And then bam, the color cover is behind there, but it's just the character's image. But I mean, that's an interesting subtext, maybe. I don't know. And so color. This isn't color though, is it? What? No way. Okay. So first couple pages are color. It does give I guess a bit of a spirit to it, so that when you go into the black and white, your memory still has the color panels in mind. So I'm looking forward to the storytelling around this. I hear everyone talking really cool about it, and so why not give it a try? It's got a bit of that psychological angle to it. Surgeon who basically, I from what I've heard people talk about, I think, isn't that what I just read, or is it alluded to in the back? But I know it from what people say. Saves the person that becomes the killer, or something like that. You don't have to correct me if I got that wrong. It's cool. Now I'm blind again. Going into this blind. And then of course I got volume 4, got volume 5. That's a creepy cool picture. Yeah, no, these continue. So let's do this. Let's push these aside and then see these together. And volume 6. I wonder if this also is like phases of the story, what they talk into, or maybe they go into the history of stuff or past. I hope that they make some sort of connection with what they show on the cover. Along the wall here. This could be a whole wall of a hallway that could be part of the story, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe it's just a design technique, and it just leave it at that, right? But I still feel like it could be cool if they do something with it. And then of course the final part of the run here, volume 7, 8, and 9. So as far as I know, that's the full run. This one's a little bit thicker. They're not equal size all the way through. A little bit of a printing defect there with the white trim. Didn't get cut properly, but that's okay. But all hefty. All very hefty volumes. I mean, it's a pretty thick collection. I don't know if these are collections of other volumes, so like 3 volumes in one or something like that. If I learned those details, I certainly don't remember them. I'm afraid to I can't spoil myself. They basically, it's probably the story's going to know exactly in the first volume. You're going to know who it is. It even says in the back of this that they know the killer. It's more like, I don't know, how do you find them? Deal with them? I don't know. Don't tell me. Obviously, don't spoil me. Huge series. This feels like the kind of bingeable series that I would be all into, just delving into, and from start to finish, because there's going to be a lot of, with mystery. I don't know how much mystery this is, but these kind of detective stories, or not really detective stories, because the surgeon, but the surgeon is looking for something, or looking for someone, or maybe questioning himself, questioning the decisions he made to save this person, like put his career first. But then, of course, that leads to the creation of this, and maybe we go on the journey of the surgeon finding out about these murders along the way, you know, and realizing that to some extent it's not that he's to blame, but he put his career first, and he put this monster on the loose. I think that's very interesting. It's going to bring up a lot of cool questions about identity as well there between you know, of course, the protagonist and the monster, and of possible questions like who's the real monster. I don't know, but just speculating based on the trope idea, or what you know, the kind of narrative direction stories like this tend to go into, a more introverted storytelling as opposed to outward kind of conflict or action storytelling kind of thing. It's going to be more about, I think, him questioning the decisions he made, I guess, or maybe there's a twist. I don't know, obviously don't spoil me, but maybe it goes somewhere like that. But looking forward to this one. So that's it. That's the entire collection. So summary here, in this last batch, I got the entire collection of Monster by, get the name right again, hopefully, Naoki Urasawa. I've got the Junji Ito. As far as I know, everything that's in printed in English, I believe I own. If I'm missing anything, please let me know. Of course, I'll track it down. But as far as I know, I'm pretty sure I really searched for everything I could. And finally, the Master Edition run of Knights of Sidonia by the same creator of Blom, Tsutomu, Nihei, and that's it for all the orders of Right Stuf. Now, I don't know if I finished my entire opening thought of the whole Right Stuf thing. It's because I had so much money basically waiting to be pulled from my Visa. I was like, I don't really want to order anything else, even if I could, even though I have all this stuff to read, like I talked about. When I had 3 of those orders in, and then I would realize, wait, you're not going to charge me until you ship this stuff. So then I you know, in my head, I was like, I had thought maybe I had already paid for these things, and then not that I was really at risk of any of this happening, but what I'm saying is that if I kept buying things, and I'm sure some people fall into this trap, you keep buying things, then you have these like logs of like the books that need to get shipped, but you have this log of like hundreds of dollars for Canadians in particular when you have to spend $250. If you don't have to spend that money, but if you're gonna buy a bunch of things, you might as well buy enough to clear that zone and then just get the free shipping. You know what I'm saying? You might as well do it because the price is already so good. You might as well get that extra oomph, and you're gonna buy things anyways. So it is. But what I'm saying is, if you do that multiple times and you have over $1,000, $2,000, I don't know. Like if you keep buying full runs of things, that stuff racks up. You know, when you're trying to hit that 250 threshold, so you get the free ship. And then of course you get charged when these things get shipped, but you don't have any control of when they get shipped. And so, you know, 6 months later, 7 months later, I mean, anything could be happening in my life at this point where all of a sudden it's like, that could be like I could have lost track of all of the cash flow. You know what I mean? It's a risk is what I'm saying. Anyways, that's the summary of that. I have to get planned together in terms of content to the channel. I will save that for a future episode. I'll be asking the community for some ideas about how to approach that, because now I do have a lot of reading to do. So maybe I have to do some marathon stints, but I will leave that to another episode so that we can keep all those conversations contained. And also I'd open this up to any recommendations people might have, but as I've been saying, I have so much to read first that really the only ones I'm really chasing down right now are the Tokyo Ghoul box sets, but those ones are, I think they're always delayed, or they're not showing up, but I want those hopefully by next Christmas. Those will be back on the docket, and it's the Naruto box sets, which are massive. It's gonna be so much manga. And then of course there's One Piece. Oh my god, I want the One Piece box sets. It's so much manga. Anyways, that's it. I'm gonna wrap this one up. I'll catch you in the next stack of episodes. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire, everybody. Peace.